cricket pitch area. Western tried to go forward, not successful on that occasion. Good effort there by Cruz.
Yeah,
Easton now round the corner. Coming down here looking for Franken. Franken tried to do a one-hander. Got the free play on, says the umpire. Giannopoulos takes it. Looking over there for Oakley. Couldn't find him on that occasion. Easton now pounding the forward line. Squirts out there to Power. Power has a pot shot round the corner. He's hit the goal!
Scores are now level, Bob. Well, what an amazing transformation this game's taken on.
Unbelievable. And that's brought the crowd to its feet, Steve. 12 minutes into the quarter, we have 12-9 apiece.
Well, we've got the Eastern Faithful in front of us, and boy, are they making up for some lost time. Back in the middle, scores are now level. Rick Smith, who's been an absolute colossus. He fights on the deck. He's put in amazing performance. Here come the East again. Power to Pizzaglo. Little kick around the corner into half forward. Arriving there first is Goodwin. And over the line now to bounce. Half forward. And the East into attack. And well, it's been an amazing final quarter, Bob. I gave them no hope, but your keener eyes and better football sense, I suppose, told you that they were going to come back, and they certainly have. Scores are now level. Grayling in there. Giannopoulos. And over the line and out of bounds. Throw in centre wing.
I think the next time that one of these is played, so we just only need to play the last quarter.
Well, how must the Western boys be feeling? They've worked harder, they've held sway all day.
Yes,
all
they have.
All of a sudden, scores are level, and there's still plenty of time left. And they've been finished all over the top of. The West work it forward again. No mark taken there.
I can't imagine with 8 or 9 games into the season, Steve, that it would be fitness. I just don't think that'd be the case. Not with a guy like Alan Ezard coaching the Western side. So what do we put it down to?
I just think the East are playing a lot better. Thump forward by Grayling into the attacking zone. Daisy Adams on the burst. Goes through one tackle. Swings it on the boot across the face though. And out of bounds on the full.
And Daisy, I think you're seeing daisies.
Well, he's got pace as Daniel Adams. Needs to watch the switch. Well, suddenly the options for the Western region have dried up. At the back is Porter, and, well, has this guy been super impressive today, Bob? Even when things weren't going the East way, he put his hand up. He's taken a lot of marks, and he's been fantastic. But he'll have to kick to a congested forward line now.
Umpire on the blood rule.
The umpire crosses himself and says, we have a blood rule, and it'll
It's
be
an
Daisy.
Eastern.
Daisy
Yes.
Adams to come off through the blood rule.
Well, he did get hit fairly solidly up there in that last passage of play.
And more importantly, as far as Knox are concerned, he hasn't looked out of place at all, Daniel Adams, in this high company.
That's for sure. And Doherty coming back on.
And this man has had an impact on the game. Wade Porter. Porter into half forward.
Oh, push out.
A push out.
And Ashley Borg has given Easton the free kick.
Well, he had to pay that one. Because I think they were nailing the cross together, and there would have been a lynching if that one wasn't paid in front of the Eastern faithful.
Yes, and there's a man down there sharpening up the spikes.
And that's a good point you make, Bob. But this is Lachlan Oakley, well, this is the first time you've seen him, Bob, and he's already one of your favourites.
Oh, absolutely. Kicked 4 goals. I'm on his bandwagon.
More importantly, a chance now to take the lead.
I think there'll be a few opposition clubs watching him here today and saying, gee, next time we play Mitcham, we're going to have a good look at this bloke.
Oakley comes in, shoots a goal, and splits the centre for his bit. The East are now in front, 13-9-87. The West, well, they've stopped. They're stuck on 12-9-81.
They've only kicked a point for the quarter, and we are at the 15.5 minute mark, Steve.
Well, the East have hit the front by 6 points, and, the real East have finally shown up, and better late than never, Bob.
Oh, absolutely. 16 minutes into the quarter, and we've got 13-9-87 Eastern, 12-9-81. And this is the first stanza in the game, Steve. We've been able to say that Eastern have hit the front.
Well, I think a guy has to take most of the credit is Rick Smith, who's rucked all day.
Done a fantastic job.
He's proven why he's considered the best ruckman in the Eastern Football League.
And certainly Oakley with his 5 goals, there's no doubt about that. Okay, the ball in the centre. Western now going forward to the top of the square. Can they get a goal out of this? In front there was Wright trying to get around the corner, didn't quite do so. Ball finds the boundary line for a throw-in at the 16.5-minute mark of the quarter. 1 goal, 6 points the difference, and we are counting down.
6 goals, Bob. I said they'd have to almost double their score to get in front, and well, they have.
Okay, Rissmick caught behind on that occasion, couldn't quite get the tap down. Players really ripping and tearing at each other there, and as you can see, one falling over the top of the other. An umpire didn't have an alternative but to come in and
slap
bounce.
kilts on them and paint their faces, Bob. It'd look exactly like Braveheart.
Well, there's smiles on the faces of the Eastern Football League hierarchy, where there certainly wasn't up to three-quarter time. Rick Smith, big left-hander on that occasion, finds the boundary line for another throw-in. 17 minutes gone in the quarter, still 6 points the difference, Eastern in front. 13-9, plays 12-9.
Just happy that Rick Smith has been able to do it on a big stage, because I think his performance probably points out that he's the best ruckman going around in AFL First Division.
Yeah,
and
fantastic effort.
Usually does it all day for Bayswater, doesn't get much of a spell. They're a bit light on for tools, the Bayswater side, but he's just been huge today for the Eastern.
Okay, Rick Smith in again there on Price. Eastern come out with it. It's tough in there. Umpires picked out a free. It's going to go to Hardy. Haven't seen much of Mark Hardy today. He decides to go wide. Half-back flank out of side. Can he find a runner over there? Yes,
Porter.
He does. And it's Porter.
How good has he been?
Fantastic game, Porter. Wing out of side now, and an easy mark to Warren Cruz. Warren Cruz from the Lilydale Football Club. Been in a couple of passages of play, not dominant, but has done his job. Cruz decides to go short.
And speaking of
Todd
some of the
Power.
best players, this guy.
Wouldn't you like to have this guy on your side? Look at that, a big 50-metre drop punt. Whoa! What a mark! I thought it was going to be Oakley.
It was Franken.
Franken at the front of the pack.
Oh, well, umpire Ashley Borg, why am I not surprised? He's plucked out a free kick.
Unbelievable. Unfortunate. Ball now comes to Barker. Centre half back position for Western.
Actually, somebody should introduce Ashley Borg to a rule book. He needs to sit down and read it.
Eastern now wide. Good mark there to Skinner. Hands back there to Barker. Western now going further forward through that centre position.
Oh, how did he
Player
get rid of
pulled
that?
down. There was a good effort there. Running through the centre there is Talib. He goes for goal. But well, it's a goal. It's a goal. Score for level.
Well done, Ashley Borg. Got him another goal.
Okay, for the quarter, Western 1-1. Eastern 6 goals, 1. And it's all tied up. And we're at the 19.5-minute mark of the quarter. Boy, it's anybody's game, Steve.
It certainly is, but well, I haven't talked about the umpires for years, but I have today because Ashley Borg's been nothing short of disgraceful. It might have sounded like sour grapes earlier, but should have been a shot for goal to East.
Patton went forward there for Western. At the centre half back position, hands across there by Porter. Eastern now coming into attack through, I think it might have been Crowley on that occasion. Ball to the half forward flank just in front of Oakley, and over it goes and out of bounds for a throw in. 20 minutes into the quarter, 13-9-87, plays 13-9-87.
As Bob just mentioned, scores a level. The East into attack now. Looks like Franken to do the ruck work this time. He's had a great day. One down to Goodale. His kick smothered. Martin's in there. Giannopoulos. Grayling has some time. Taps it back into the forward zone. Toddy Powers there. Fights along on the deck. Donnelly wrapped up. We'll have a bounce down. The Eastern region into attack.
Great second effort there by Grayling, I thought, as that ball came across.
Just looking at some of the Western players, Bob, and a lot of them look like they just came down off Everest. Some of them starting to blow up now. And
oh,
that's gone.
A bit adventurous.
He's trying to make something happen.
I noticed that they were calling it a Goodale there by his nickname as Chooker.
It's been good though, Goodale.
Yes, he has.
We saw him against Noble Park. Didn't have much of the ball at all, but he's been prominent today. Hardy kicks in the middle of the ground, but only as far as Todd Power. Gee, some run now. Goodale, he's almost tripped. A great pass, daisy cutting pass to Oakley at centre half forward, and he'll go back and have a shot.
No, he won't. He's going to go short.
Franken bangs it through. Well, I wondered for a second what they were doing, but I should have trusted them, Bob. The East have hit back. They've hit the lead by 6 points. Goal to Franken.
Well, you can't afford to give Franken those opportunities because he will take them every time. No doubt about that. That's Franken's third for the game. He's put in a sizable performance, particularly in the second half, Steve.
Oh, look, he certainly has, but I think this Eastern side needs to take a lot of the credit. They've lifted all over the ground, to be perfectly honest.
Well, yes, they have too. 7 goals to Eastern now in the quarter, 1 goal to Western, and Eastern now go to a slender 6-point lead, and we're at the 22.5-minute mark. Now, there'll be a fair bit of time on because there's 8 goals being scored, and the ball just coming back now after that last goal, so there's probably another minute of time on because it went into the next suburb.
Yeah, I think this last quarter will be replayed over and over again if the East get up, because this has been a colossal comeback because they look shot.
We'd imagine a 30-minute quarter. It's now at the 23-minute mark, so 7 minutes to go.
Oh, here he comes again, Smith. Quick kick out of the pack, looking for Grayling. Hasn't held a mark all day. The Eastern runners, it's Giannopoulos. Throws it on the boot. Donnelly can't mark. It's Oakley. Bends around. How's the head? And, well, Ashley Borg had to pay that one. He didn't want to. Oakley throws it on the boot. High up and under kick. High flies required. A great mark taken by Todd Power. Well, there's only one other man on this football field that could jump as high as that, and Paul Grayling was in the vicinity, but it wasn't him. Todd Power.
Look, when the chips are down and you really want these guys to get up, who better than Todd Power? He gives his all every time he plays.
He and Lucas Slater are the 2 best defenders going around in the comp, and he is a champion. He's proven it over and over and over again.
He's already kicked 1. Can he make it 2?
I'd say put down your glasses, Bob, and I notice you already have.
Lovely. Second for Todd Power. That's the 8th goal for the quarter to Eastern Football League. And we're ticking down now 24 minutes. Boy, oh boy, I was thinking along the lines, Steve, in that third quarter was going to be a very quiet night around the Eastern Football League tonight. I think I've now reversed that.
It's going to be a hot time in the Old Town tonight, and for those people down at the village, get ready.
Well, by the time they see this replay, Steve, they will know what the problem was.
So we're back in the middle. Rick Smith again wins another tap. This time the East work it out through Newman. Scrubby old kick out to the centre wing, but it's the East suddenly discovered a lot of runners. Crowley's claimed, and he's pinged, and free kick to the West.
Looks like Skinner. I know it's Taleb.
Both Taleb boys have been fantastic. Handball to DeRosa, decides to go long to the top of the square. Kylie flies high, can't mark. Oh, gee, there's a battle going on at ground level there. They can't work it free. The West with a chance, players dive on it. So a good bit of time erosion by the East defenders. They wrap it up. And, well, you hate to individualise it. Has been a team effort. It's required a bit of something from everyone to get back in this game, and that's what they've produced.
Well, they sure have. Now it's ticking down even further. 25.5 minutes in. 15-9. 99 plays 13-9. 87. 12 points in front to Eastern Football League. Touched
over the line and out of bounds boundary thrown at half forward, but it's the Eastern Football League. Down and seemingly out, who now have a 12-point lead.
Well, Western have got to score 3 times now, Steve, to score, and we've probably got about 4 minutes to go.
Well, with 4 minutes to go, Bob, you might as well take it.
Okay, Eastern now. No, it's a Western free. Western now to go forward. Bit of a